Hi guys, welcome to another video of our 5 mil budget Demon Hunter, and in this video we're going to clear the Machines of War quest. And if you haven't been watching any previous videos, the goal of this is to clear all of Act 3 using a 5 mil budget Demon Hunter, but not just a clear of Act 3, but we want a clean clear of Act 3. We don't want to just get owned on every single elite counter. We want to actually kill them without dying as much as possible. So hopefully I can do that for you guys here in this Machines of War quest. And I'm going to hover over my equipment quickly. These are the same gears that I got in my first episode where I was kind of auction housing with my 5 mil gold that I had. And I spent 4 mil gold total. So the stats on this 4 mil gold gear, well 4.2 mil actually, but the stats are 300 physical resist, 3.3k armor, and 41k DPS. That's not too bad. We also have 29k HP. I would have liked a little bit more HP and a little bit more DPS. One way to improve this is to use a better gem on our bow. For example, a star gem would give us 70% crit hit damage, but that's okay. We're too cheap to buy a star gem, so let's stick with what we have for now, and hopefully we can clear this quest without having too many problems. So let's begin.
Terrifying noises were coming.
Oh, and also my skill build basically relies on slows. With 40k DPS, you should be able to kill elites fairly quickly with this skill build. I'm using Entangling Shot, Elemental Arrow, and Call of the Weak. And defensively, I'm using Smokescreen and Shadow Power. Of course, Companion for Hatred Regen and backup plan. So first thing after GOM that you're going to see is you're going to see the scene here, and you're pretty much going to have to deal with a bunch of shadow vermin guys, so they should be fairly easy. You kind of want to wait for them to surround you, and then you smoke screen out, and that's pretty much all you need to do. So wait for them to surround you once and smoke screen out and run to a corner. So you should be perfectly fine if you do it that way. With your DPS, you pretty much one or two shot them, so that's all when it comes to dealing with those guys. There's two fields here. There's one field before the bridge and one field after the bridge. There is a tricky elite before the bridge and a tricky elite after the bridge. Of course, there's a possibility of you hitting a invulnerable minion Tremor. And you kind of want to run like hell from those guys. You want to definitely avoid them. There's also a dungeon here, which you could do. There are definitely some elites. There's 2 levels down here, but the level sizes are comparable to keep depths, which means that they're pretty big levels and it's going to take up a lot of video time clearing. So I'm just going to skip this optional dungeon and move on here. So this is the first field that I was talking about. Hopefully we can find some elites here on our way, just to have a nicer video to demonstrate some elite kills as well. You want to watch out for the bird guys. They hurt a lot, and my natural reaction to these bird guys is just to use a shadow power. I mean, if I'm at full discipline, I really don't mind using a shadow power, even if I end up not taking a hit. So that's perfectly fine with me. You notice anytime you have full discipline, you can just pretty much safely use a shadow power and you'll be fine. So that's just one little strategy. So here, wait, let me just clear this guy first. Here there's also another optional dungeon right here, and this one actually has a guaranteed elite. So because it has a guaranteed elite, I kind of want to do this dungeon. And it's also a very small dungeon, so if you're doing your Act 3 farming runs, you definitely want to include this dungeon into your runs. I have to open this chest because I'm aiming for the 2000 Chessmaster achievement, so I'm not ignoring any chests at all. And I think I saw an elite up there, so I'm just going to kind of clear this area as much as I can And the elite looks like a reflector and an invulnerable minion. Oh my god. Okay, so unfortunately this guy's an invulnerable minion, so I think I'm going to skip this guy. One thing that this build has a problem with, unless you have like 60-70k DPS, is that invulnerable minions are annoying to deal with. If you get really good positioning, you're able to kill them, but I don't want to spend the time on this video like trying to zerg this guy by dying and all that stuff, so I'm going to avoid it. This guy is... Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. You want to watch out for this poison. I almost died there, so I'm gonna pick up a health globe and use a pot. But when he explodes, he kind of has this poison that you don't want to run over. So when you're dealing with these guys, you kind of want to keep your distance from them, right? Just because they're really fast, and if you do encounter an elite of these guys type, I would really recommend that you skip them. So mostly because they're really fast. If your kiting is really good, that's perfectly fine. I don't think against them any skill would save you other than having higher DPS. So you really need higher DPS, or you need to be able to stand there and tank them. So those are your choices pretty much. He's very difficult to kite, and that's why you kind of want to avoid that guy. Well, at least an elite version of that guy, this guy. So hopefully I hit some elites here. Looking for some elites. If I don't hit an elite, I'll just go over to the next area. It should be more than... There should be plenty of elites in the actual snowfield, the big one. So there's two snowfields, right? There's the bridge in this section, and there's also the snowfield before the bridge. Alright, so come on, where are your elite? There we go, so we hit one elite. This guy is Arcane, Vortex, Health Link, and Frozen. So you want to watch out for the Frozen. I kind of used one bar already, and it's a waste, definitely a waste. But I guess now I have to play extra careful because I only have one discipline bar. But if you start kiting this guy at a distance already, you're pretty much very safe because he's very kiteable. The only thing you have to watch out for is Vortex, and the strategy to deal with Vortex is pretty much when you're in the middle of the air, that's when you want to use your smokescreen button. And you pretty much want to smokescreen. Like, Shadow Power is not going to help you much. You are going to survive, but since he vortexes you, he pretty much has the opportunity to hit you as well. So that's exactly why you want to just Shadow Power. Okay, so whoa, we got a one-handed sword with some crit hit damage. I wonder if this is sellable. So we're making some money with our 4 mil budget Demon Hunter gear already. So I think this is sellable. I'm not really sure, but I definitely have to check it out. So we got one elite. I'm just going to skip these guys to kind of save time. I have to open this chest because I want the achievement. But other than that, I think we're pretty much explored this area. There's a little bit here, but it's not worth exploring. So I'm going to move on here. I forgot their names, the elite we just killed. I think they're something Mauler or something like that. But anyways, this is the tough field. There's one guaranteed elite that I know of, which is in the middle where the Trebuchet is. So that's one free kill for you. Well, not free, with some effort, but in general, that's one elite that's guaranteed in this area. So we have two elites that are kind of guaranteed in this quest. One is in the dungeon that we just found. Unfortunately, we hit invulnerable minions in that dungeon, so we couldn't do them, but that's pretty much it. And here there's one elite as well. So of course there's plenty of elites on the field, So I'm going to try to snipe this and watch out for these guys. Remember, anytime these guys are on your screen, you just want to keep an eye on for something underground coming at you like really fast. So be very careful about these guys. I usually just shadow power even when I see it coming and even when I expect to dodge it. It's just because it's kind of really dangerous and it can kill you fairly quickly. So we want to go to the second ballista.
Do you want more?
I'm kind of clearing a little bit of mobs. You could feel free to ignore them. One thing that you could definitely do is you could change up your skills to tactical advantage, and you could just vault through and snipe these guys with cluster bombs. So if you're kind of in a rush to complete this quest, you could definitely do it very, very fast. But I'm more interested in killing some elites, and I don't want to die here, so I have to be very careful. And we got our second ballista, but unfortunately no elites. I'm looking for elites, so I'm just going to try to run around this area. One thing that you want to do for these spearmen is you want to walk around in not a straight line, so whatever that is, you want to kind of have a jagged path when you walk like this. Same thing for the bird guys, just because they kind of they shoot in a straight line, so of course you want to kind of strafe back and forth. There's no rocket science in that one. So I'm kind of looking for the third ballista, and also, oh wait, I don't want to die as well.
I need more discipline.
So at times it might seem like we're not making a lot of progress just because we're still at this entrance. However, we're kind of clearing up the whole field right now, so notice that half of the map pretty much followed us here, which basically means that I hope the remaining parts of this map are clear. So these guys are very simple to deal with. You can kind of just stand there and shoot frost arrow. The regular mobs are really not a big deal. I expect when the elites come, that's when we should kind of have a little bit more fun. So we only killed one elite so far. Okay, so this is the third one. At least we know we have another guaranteed elite. I'm going to kill these spawn guys just for a safety measure. Of course, you could just ignore them and go for the ballista directly. However, I kind of want to be a little bit safer, especially that I'm recording, so I'm just going to kill some of these guys, not all of them. We kind of got owned by rubber banding there. We were stuck in one spot.
I am wounded.
So when you have a big mob chasing you, the key here to evading damage is just strafing back and forth, like left and right, I mean. And you saw there, we cleared a giant mob of the winged guys, and we got hit once. So that's the kind of stuff you should be doing for it, especially when the winged guy elites, what are they called, Moloch or something? Yeah, winged Moloch. So when those guys come at you, you just want to kind of strafe left and right. This was the guaranteed elite that I was talking about, and this guy is pretty much a free kill just because there's one of him, and elites typically come in packs of what, 3 to 4, sometimes 2. I don't really know why, but it is what it is. So this guy comes in a pack of 1. Not much of a pack, but we're definitely going to take advantage of him because he still drops a rare. He still drops a rare, so a rare is a rare, man. Free items, free items. I like free items. So what is this guy? Reflect, knockback, desecrate. The only relevant one is reflect, really. The rest is fairly straightforward. I expect to kill this guy without many problems. Of course, anytime he winds up, that means he's about to shoot, and that's when you want to go left and right. So we actually took a hit without shadow power, so I think we can survive a hit without shadow power, but just to be extra safe, I'm going to use it when I'm about to get hit. And that's our second elite kill, so sweet. Hopefully we get a little bit more, but I think at this point we're pretty much done the quest, so I'm going to kind of... let me just skip Asmodan's dialogue. I'm going to kind of look for some elites in this field, just because I don't want to leave it off at only 2 elites. So I'm going to scout around a little. I don't know if I'll die, maybe not. So I'm going to smoke screen around, and this is how I typically do my runs when I solo with my main gear. I just kind of avoid damage this way, and because the wing... Oh, whoa, that was a close call. So you gotta have a pretty good reaction time, but... And if you need a heal, where's 14 discipline? Just use a shadow power and use a couple of ice arrows, frost arrows. So that's pretty much it. Unfortunately, there's an elite. So now we have this giant mob, but we found an elite, so that's good. We get a third elite for this, what do you call this? For this Machines of War quest. So we're going to kite this guy as well. He's frozen, so when he's frozen, you kind of have to be very careful. If you, let's say there's a frozen ball at me, the radius is about, I can't show you guys. Maybe next time he casts frozen, I'll show you guys what the radius on frozen is. There's also 2 variations of Mortar AI. One of the variations of Mortar AI is he's going to... Oh wait, so pay attention to the frozen... crap. So I guess there's too much stuff going on. I kind of have to kill this guy. So there's 2 variations of Mortar elites. One variation is he's going to shoot mortars in the direction that you're going, so he's going to try to predict your path. And the other variation is he's going to shoot mortars directly on top of you. So if I'm not sure if this is 100% right, but if he shoots mortars ahead of you, he's always going to do that. So just take a note in your head that this elite shoots ahead of us, and anytime you see mortars in the air, you actually don't want to keep moving forward. You want to just stop or move in another direction. So wait, let me just clear. So let's say the mortar was going this way and I'm kind of running here. So if he shoots a mortar, then you just kind of move down or up instead of keep going straight. So that's one strategy on how to deal with mortars. But if you figure out that the elite's AI is actually what do you call that? If the elite's AI shoots mortars directly on top of you, then you just want to keep moving, right? So there's a different strategy depending on the type of mortar elite that he is. So I'm just going to the bridge. Where's the bridge? Right here. We're going to hear some Asmodan taunting, and in the next video I'm going to go over the Rakis Crossing quest, which is pretty much Siegebreaker, right? We're also going to kill Siegebreaker in the next video, so hope you guys enjoyed this video, and good luck in the Machines of War quest, and see you guys later.